Okay, hello everyone. Happy Monday. We are at a new time slot, and this is the time slot we're going to try to stick to for Marketing Monday. So I know I've been switching some things around, but hopefully people are seeing that we're trying to post where I'm going to be live, I should say virtual live, every week in our social media posts, right? So people should look for that.
Correct. Yep. I think next week it's starting to go, and every Sunday we'll have a little blurb about where you're going to be, or sign up for your email list, because then I think we'll be starting to put that in there too. So
yes, we are working on doing a newsletter so we know where Nancy's going to be and when. And if you want to keep up with what I teach publicly, then you'll know where to go. So,
right.
All right, so let's talk about this, why marketing is actually freedom, because it's so true.
Right. But people think it's just sometimes something you have to do, like a burden instead of the freedom.
Right. It's not. If you look at marketing like what I do for people is valuable, I'm hoping if you're a business owner, you know that. And if they don't know that I do it, how am I going to help them? How am I going to do that? Right. So that's why marketing is actually freedom, because once you get it going. So talk to us about getting it going.
Okay. Well, there's just a few things to keep it going. One thing is that we put so much. Sometimes we just think about like, okay, well, I need to be on social media, so I just need to do it. And we don't put a plan in place. So it's kind of like that saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And the same thing goes with marketing. So I don't want people to use social media to market their business without a plan. And to have that plan in place, it's like you have to know where your audience is, where does it make sense for you to be for what social platform, and then have a plan so that you can consistently show up, because that is when people build that know, like, and trust factor.
Yes, I'm just going to push back slightly in one area, that in the beginning, when you first start your social media plan, you don't always have a plan. And I just want people to start doing it.
Right. Oh, and I didn't mean, sorry if that came across that way. I didn't mean that you shouldn't do it, but I was talking to a client the other day, and we actually work for her and do a few, 3 posts a day or 3 posts a week is what we do. And she goes, well, I'm going to start posting the other days. And I go, so what? That's great, but what is the plan? Like, what is your goal? What is your marketing goal to have that for? Because if you're spending an hour a day creating these posts, and I know how much time she spends, are you going to be getting that return on your investment of time? Or for her, she's excellent at videos. I suggested she do 1 video a week and let us disperse it among her social platforms. She might get an extra better return for her in time investment.
Gotcha. Okay. Yes. And I do agree that you need to plan. I tend to be fly by the seat of my pants when it comes to the marketing. So thank God I have you, and all of you could have Kim if you wanted.
Sometimes people will come to me and they'll go, okay, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram and Pinterest and Snapchat, and I can't keep up. Well, okay, no, it's hard to keep up. That's why people hire us, because it's hard to keep up when you're trying to manage your business and do all that. So let's make sure you're on the right platforms for where you're going to find your people.
Right. Find your people. What are your goals? And then I do love the fact that you're my consistency. Your company is my consistency. And then I can come in when I have the bandwidth, the focus, something else I want to say, and add to it, which is
right. And those are the clients of ours that are extremely successful with their social media, letting us help with that consistency, and then they pop in and do what they do best and share their journey about that. And a tip for it is that if you are a business owner and you're doing your own social media, is to go ahead and schedule a time, block it out of your calendar. If it's Monday morning for an hour, and get your social media scheduled and know what you're going to do. So that way you're consistent. And then during the week, if you're a designer and you have behind the scenes, then do that snapshot and share that behind the scenes. Or if you have a whole bunch of samples you're looking at, going ahead and doing that for products or whatever. But doing that consistency, and that takes that pressure off of you if you know that you've already got it going out for that week.
Yeah, even if you have something scheduled to post twice a week,
Right.
At least you know that your social media is being updated twice a week. And then if you have time, you can add.
Right. Because the caveat right now, especially with the last 18 months with the COVID thing, is that if you skip a whole month and don't post at all, people wonder if you're still in business. So post at least once a week, just so that people know that you're still in business.
Absolutely. All
Yes.
right. So that was tip number one. Once you have a system in place, it's the gift that keeps on giving. So get your system in place to post consistently. And then number two, getting over your marketing anxiety is
Yes.
life-changing.
And it's kind of one of those things that it's practice helps.
It's actually the only thing that helps.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. Plus learning, again, I'm a body language trainer. I can train people on how to feel more comfortable on video. But the bottom line is you need to do it over and over again. My first couple of lives were horrible. That's what they should have been, horrible. And guess what? Nobody was watching, so it didn't matter. And I'd say the same thing. When you first start doing lives, not many people are watching. But then once you start doing them consistently, and getting over the anxiety of do people really care about what I do? And yes, they do.
And that is really a hard challenge to personally get over. It's, again, like we talked earlier, it's on mindset, on what we share. And so I would encourage people to start share some of the little things. If you're not comfortable sharing more, some people are really personal on social media and share a lot of like more personal things. And if you're not comfortable, that's not who you are as a person. Start sharing little things. Like if you have a favorite coffee shop that you like to go to, give a shout out to that coffee shop and feel you're giving them a little love on social media, and people get to know you in a not so threatening way. And then as you gain your confidence and get more comfortable sharing on social, then you can get to a little bit more. But people really do. They like to work with people they know, like, and trust. And the more they know you, the more they're going to trust you.
Definitely. And, here's the thing. We can impose, and I love to teach the lesson on the stories we tell ourselves, right? The story we tell ourselves is nobody cares what I'm cooking over the weekend. Nobody cares what I eat for breakfast. Nobody cares about anything, because you may think to yourself, I don't care what they're doing, so why would they care about what I'm doing? But the bottom line is, in this day and age, we're in a lurking society. People do care, and it gives them motivation on how to operate their life a little bit also, if they're looking for that motivation.
Right. Or it gives them hope. So if you're a designer that has been around for a few years and you've experienced the ups and downs of ownership, and you say something about, I remember when, and a new designer sees that, then you give them hope.
Yes.
Or I will be honest, this weekend, I was on Facebook searching reactions to second COVID vaccine, looking for someone that had them so that I could have a little hope that you aren't going to sit on the couch forever. So, you know what I mean? And so people are looking. So when you share your journey of someplace where you've been, or I remember when, then people that are coming behind you. And then that's how you build that influencer status just a little bit, that people look up and your name gets shared more, because I remember Susie shared this, and then you're encouraging those newbies to come along too. So.
Right. And I'm going to even put it, it's not just for coaches we're talking about. We're talking about for any business owner. People want to know they're bringing someone into their home or doing business with someone they kind of like or they trust, right? And how do they do that? By their seeing the behind the scenes. You guys might have seen, I just took a picture of Kim and I on the screen while we were live here. I'm going to put that on my Instagram story. So go check me out on Instagram, because that's what I'm trying to do better at, to get over my own marketing anxiety. And I market a ton, everybody, a ton. But still, once in a while, I go, I don't feel like posting. Like, it feels weird today, right? We get those mindset setbacks, I call them.
Right.
We have to go and reset over and over again. And I just had a conversation with a friend over the weekend, how this mindset reset, everyone has to do it ongoing, all the time. It's not like you get to a place, even the biggest gurus still focus on keeping their mindset focused on their goals and on what they want to achieve. It's not something that's a straight line to success. I'm there. Nothing, everything feels good, right? It's
right.
All the time.
It is. And I want to encourage people too, because I remember when we first started working with you and I was like, Nancy, everybody likes to see your pictures. We need to use more pictures of you on Instagram. And you're like, you kind of like did that eye roll thing or whatever. But when
Like I just did.
right. And when I'm working with my clients, that is the one thing that even designers is that people want to know, see who they're working with. Like it's very important. You don't have to be in every photo, but the ones that across the board, all the clients we work with, the ones that have a picture of the owner, the designer, the coach, we do a lot of healthcare providers. People, those are the ones with people's faces. They do way better on any of the posts.
So it's a matter of desensitizing yourself to the way you look.
Right.
Because none of us look exactly, well, most of us don't look exactly the way we want to look all the time, whether it comes to your hair, your makeup, your body, whatever it is. You have to like get used to seeing yourself in all these different, you have to desensitize yourself to the things. Every time you guys show me a picture, I'm like, oh my God, take that down. I look fat in that. You know what? No, just leave it. Because this is who I am.
Right. And life isn't meant to live with a filter, and we just need to stop that mentality. Like, we are who we are. I look in my mirror and I was like, oh, really? But it's like, you know what? It is what it is.
It is what it is. And you know what? We're all beautiful in our own way, at our own stages in life. And like, you have to get past, I have to be perfect in order to be seen, because that does not convert and people do not relate to that.
So, right.
Just saying. So, all right. The last one was done right. And this is my favorite, done right and done steady. We're talking about your marketing here. It's going to bring you in regular business. So when you have all those anxieties about, I don't want to do this, it feels funny if I do that, I don't want people to see this, think about a year from now, if your marketing actually brought you steady business.
Right. And it does. I've seen it work over and over and over and over. And it brings business in ways, especially for designers, sometimes that they don't anticipate. So sometimes they'll come to me and say, okay, I want to gain 5 new clients in the next 6 months using Instagram. And I'm like, okay, well, how do you want to do that? If you want to do it the way what they want for results, it's going to be higher budget, because you're going to have to engage and all this other stuff. But most of them, we want to show images and have a nice general presence. So that showing up shows that if you're at a cocktail party and you're talking to Mary Smith, she's going to go to your Instagram. Or if you did a design for Mary Smith and she tells her friend Susie Jones is going to go to your Instagram and check out your work. And so that is how, by building that consistency, they can look and get a good feel of you, what you do in design, and then it will build. But it takes time. Or for us locally, what we've noticed is that they have these community groups on Facebook. So it'll be different business owner, different group. And if you're showing up consistently and helping, however you help, or just showing your name will get brought up in those groups. And that's a great way to get business. But yeah, I've seen it over and over in time, how people develop business from showing up consistently.
Because there's a big difference between marketing and sales.
Yes.
Right? People think it's the same. No, it's not. Marketing yourself is that, in this day and age, is that visibility, that consistently showing up and being places where people, if they're looking for you, can find you. They know what you do for a living. That's marketing yourself. Sales is when they actually are interested and you are going to close that sale by tapping into their emotional need for whatever you're providing.
The latest data showed that we have to be seen, and someone has to see us 20 times.
I know.
Before they develop that know, like, and trust. And so marketing. And then another thing is that, and this has been the one I think that has motivated me the most, is that by not marketing myself, there's a lot of business owners that are struggling with social media that we could provide services or help them or little tips. But by me when I fail to show up, they're struggling. And so that's, that had made me really think, like, marketing is more than just me. It's about being a good steward on society sometimes.
Absolutely. And I do hear a lot of, I mean, for the people I coach, you'll be like, oh, I think the person down the block or across town is getting more business than me. Okay, why is that? Did they fall into a stream of business due to one of their clients providing a ton of referrals? Or are they consistently showing up, being present, and being seen 20 times before that person needs them? And now
Right.
they know who they're going to when the time is right.
Right. An example is that I have a designer, and it was our first intro call, and she was talking, and somehow she said something about wall color. And she goes, I love it when people will use color in their homes, because she goes, vanilla is so blah. She goes, who wants to live in a house like a bowl of oatmeal? And to me, that was just one statement. It wasn't like big old thing. She wasn't marketing or selling me, but she marketed to me that I've been able to use that in my own life. Like, I don't want to live in a bowl of oatmeal. Let's add some color to my life, type thing. But that's when we market ourselves. Those are the little nuggets people can take away and impact others.
Yes. And remember, see, that's a great moment where occasionally I'll say something and I'll be like, oh, that's a good quote to send to Kim to put on my social media, right? So that was a great quote for that designer.
Right.
Then,
to share.
That's memorable.
Yes. Yes.
Gives somebody a visual. I love that.
Right. But it's marketing. People kind of think like marketing is a dirty word sometimes. And it's not. It's just sharing who you are so the people that you want to serve can find you.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. How would somebody know that I'm a business coach who can help them become more profitable by reevaluating this, that, and the other thing, right? Everything I promote, if I didn't show up on a regular basis. And recently I was hired from somebody who said, the reason why I chose you is because you show up consistently. And at that time, it was the week we were taking a break. I'm like, oh, wait, we're taking a break. Let me go back and do that again, right? So that it really matters. And somebody recently got on your calendar that says, because I see you every week. Right?
Yes. Yep.
Matters, everybody. It matters. So marketing is actually freedom, because once you find your marketing program that you're comfortable with, or you've gained comfort in it, because sometimes you have to push yourself outside of your comfort zone, then you have to give it 9 months to a year and actually let it work for you.
Correct. Yes. Marketing is an amazing, especially social media is an amazing tool in your business toolbox. But it's got to be used correctly.
Correct. All right. Well, that is your Marketing Monday, everyone. I hope this was helpful. Kim, tell them where to find you if they need help with their consistency in their marketing, because that's how I'm consistent. This is the woman behind all that you see out on my social media, right? Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, other places that we're trying to get more visible on. But tell them how to find you.
Our website's freshimpactllc.com or Facebook or Instagram. So
excellent. And I just noticed somehow I cut off the L in your last name, P-O.
Oh, I can be a Vanderpool today. I can be with,
You can call me Joe.
Yes.
Okay. All right, everyone, go have a great Monday and a great week. And I will see you tomorrow for Money Talk Tuesday. All right. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.